No matter where you live, I think being able to enjoy the summertime comes down to three solid things: amazing weather, getting out and or away from home to appreciate said weather, and having freedom to bring all of that together. Here in Germany, as we transition further into the springtime with lovely new bloom and a lot of the pretty colors starting to show up, it's got me thinking more and more about the actual summertime and how I personally want to spend it. To clarify a little bit, the summer in Germany isn't the longest. Germans know this, and since they do, they pack as many things as they can during the summertime, during that time. I've also learned to, as much as I'm capable, make the best of Germany's short summer. Hence the reason I'm talking about this right now during spring. So here's what makes this a complicated yet important and necessary topic, especially if, like me, you live in Germany. Number one, gas. If you drive a gas-powered vehicle, I don't need to tell you that fuel prices are through the freaking roof right now. Back in 2020, when everyone was confined to their homes and couldn't go anywhere, we saw gas prices drop to some pretty significant long-time lows. In fact, diesel dropped to about 99 euro cents per liter, which is equivalent to just over $4 per gallon US. Fast forward to about 2 years later, we're looking at a completely different story. The nationwide averages for diesel now is about €2.32 per liter, or more than $8 a gallon US. Ouch. Now, even though I no longer drive vehicles, I still remember what it's like to burn through money trying to keep a vehicle fueled. It's a pain in the shit. And I'm obviously not going to go all into this, but there's also the possible threat of what's happening here causing an issue with supply. But just because I don't drive vehicles doesn't mean that myself and people in similar lifestyles are without risk of a ruined Germany summer. I pretty much depend on Germany's public transportation system. And as I've mentioned before, there's been a very uncomfortable amount of strikes occurring within that. Some of the strikes have hit at the most inopportune moments, leaving me quite a distance from home and forced to use alternate transportation, which can definitely prove costly, especially when that cost is unexpected. Other pre-planned strikes can wipe out a lot of people's scheduling and force them to have to choose dates that may not even be their first choice. And that too is not fun. Now, I think someone might have told me that an agreement was made, but to be honest, I don't really know what's going on in that world, the strike world, the Deutsche Bahn and all that stuff. But I do know is that strikes can occur inconveniently and frequently. And if you use public transportation to travel, well, Germany's short summertime can become even shorter for you. Nobody wants that. Number two is the weather. Now, surely by now, you've seen many videos on Americans and other foreigners expressing their feelings on the weather in Germany. So that's not what I'm going to go into right now. And to be fair, the weather won't necessarily ruin your complete summer, but some days can be affected and to the point where it will piss you off. Germany can get hot as fuck. This isn't the worst bother for me personally because I arrived here from Phoenix, Arizona, where I had lived for nearly 5 years. Phoenix is synonymous with the desert. And actually the heat isn't even what I'm focusing on here in number two. It's actually the rain. Germany is good at going to raining a lot from not raining a lot. Last year when I shortly visited Cologne, I went from being out and walking around and seeing everything in the beautiful sunshine to having to hide underneath awnings or inside buildings to avoid being soaked by the rain in a flash. It's kind of some frustrating shit, and it can really sour an otherwise enjoyable summer German day. Again though, shouldn't have to deal with that too much. Maybe. So number three is either going to be mandates or restrictions due to you know what. So in case you've been living underground for like the last 2 years, humans have once again decided to tamper with life. And man, are things screwed up now. So since 2020, society has been dealing with virus-related issues that has basically changed the way we live as we know it. Our social lives, our businesses, our travel, our events, our children, our very freedoms have all been affected. In fact, now that I think about it, this might be the most relevant possibility of summer being ruined in Germany out of all three. And no, it doesn't matter which side of this you sit on. It doesn't matter If mandates and restrictions are ramped up, you will be affected one way or another. The possibility of not being able to fly again, the possibility of restaurant or social hotspot closures like theaters or clubs, all of what you've seen over the past 2 summers could possibly occur again and potentially ruin summer in Germany. As many countries around the world have done away with mandates and a lot of the restrictions to include the wearing of masks, Germany is one of the countries that sort of lags behind when it comes to lifting some of this stuff. But more announcements and updates are due to be made sometime after the recording of this video. So we'll see what happens. But between the 3 of these things I mentioned, summer can look very different for us here in Germany. Possibly where you live too. But let's just hope things work out for us and we don't have to deal with those things, huh?
Honestly, I would like nothing more than for things to return how they was before 2020 kicked off, or the events of 2020. But I've given up holding my breath for that happening. I just don't see it. But it doesn't mean that I don't still want it. I mean, who out there doesn't?
As a bonus to something that could totally fuck up my whole summer in Germany, and this one is just personal to me, time. Time itself is a huge factor for me. Despite what it seems like on the outside looking in, my time has become very valuable and it has to be divided and used properly between my 2 daughters and commutes and work and health and fitness and proper rest. I have to really mind my scheduling. I mean, just being able to get out and enjoy doing what I'm doing right now in this video, I had to consolidate some things. So this is a combination of me getting out and getting my physical exercise, along with some mental health things like enjoying the sunshine, seeing nature. I mean, I get distracted by even the smallest things, and I'm not even mad at that. Take this for an example.
Is it just me, or is this some really pretty moss? It's the little things, man. It's really pretty. Also, there's a hole right there. I don't know what's in there, but we're gonna back up. Let's keep going. That's the lateral view to the side of where I'm going, but we're going up this way and we're almost to the top. Let's go.
So if all the 3 other points actually work out, it would be my own time or lack thereof that would prevent me from really being able to enjoy summer in Germany. I mean, the way I should. And I feel anxiety just even thinking about it. But we definitely don't want anxiety taking over, do we? If you didn't see the story on how I've once beat anxiety on my own, that story is going to be right here. You never want to feel as bad as I did. So let's all hope that the summer in Germany and wherever you are is as long and enjoyable and free, and it's a successful one. Let me know if you can relate to this, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.